is nothing like GoFundMe in Canada.
इंसान मर जाता है फिर हम इंश्योरेंस हमारे काम आती है.
When you have an emergency, it could be death.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम एवरीवन, मैं हूं दानिश इकबाल और आज हमारा तीसरा एपिसोड एक्सपर्ट टॉक विद दानिश में आप सबको खुशामदीद कहता हूं. जैसा कि हमारा सिलसिला चल रहा है, पहले एपिसोड में मेरे साथ जैन मौजूद थे, हमने बात की मॉर्गेज के बारे में. उसके बाद हमारे पास सेकंड एपिसोड में मेरे साथ फैसल मौजूद थे. फैसल से हमने बात करी रिगार्डिंग इमिग्रेशन एंड इमिग्रेशन प्रोसेस. अब जब हम मॉर्गेज की बात करते हैं, इमिग्रेशन की बात करते हैं, एक और चीज़ हमारे जहन में आती है, वो है इंश्योरेंस, जो कि हमारी ज़िंदगी की नेसेसिटी है अगर हम कनाडा में रहते हैं. उससे रिलेटेड हमारे साथ मौजूद है हमारे बहुत ही अच्छे दोस्त सोहेल जावेद साहब और इनका ताल्लुक है इंश्योरेंस से. ये ही इज़ बिन प्रोवाइडिंग इंश्योरेंस सर्विसेज टू आवर कम्युनिटी फॉर लॉन्ग टाइम. आज इनसे हम बात करेंगे. अस्सलाम वालेकुम सोहेल भाई, कैसे हैं आप? खैरियत से?
बिल्कुल ठीक. वालेकुम अस्सलाम. अस्सलाम वालेकुम टू एवरीवन.
थैंक यू. अच्छा सोहेल भाई, जैसा कि मैंने जिक्र किया कि हमारी ज़िंदगी की नेसेसिटीज़ में से एक है अगर हम कनाडा में रहते हैं, ठीक है, क्योंकि इंश्योरेंस के बगैर कुछ भी नहीं चलता हमारे. सही. तो उसके अंदर अगर इंश्योरेंस की बात करें तो पहले मुझे बताइए कि आप हाउ लॉन्ग यू बीन लिविंग इन कनाडा एंड किस तरह से आपका रुझान हुआ कि आपको इंश्योरेंस की तरफ आना चाहिए और इंश्योरेंस से रिलेटेड सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करनी चाहिए.
Okay. And that's a very good and relevant question. Basically, I've been here almost 12 years.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah, so I came in 2013, so I'm in completing 12 years.
Oh, mashallah. I just completed 12 years. I'm in like 13 years now.
Okay,
I came in 2012.
Exactly. So basically, I myself, I'm an engineer. I'm an electronics engineer.
Mashallah.
And I've been working in the IT field for the last 25 years.
Oh,
and I still do some IT consulting, but very less for some of my few friends.
Okay.
But I met a person and 5-6 years ago, and he is also from our community, and he told me that what are you doing? Would you like to give a try with this? And I said definitely, and I started doing it part-time on the side.
Okay.
And Alhamdulillah, now for the last 6 years I have not worked for anyone.
Okay.
And I sacked my boss. So the big challenge here in Canada is to be able to sack your boss.
That's
right? Because the quicker you do it, the better it is for you. So yeah, and then I was not able to get into my IT positions like I was back home. I was a VP in the bank and in the IT department. And when you come
that's not only your story. Basically, this thing happened with everyone. Everyone has to go through with this scenario. When we come from like I was working in Pakistan, I was holding a very good position over there. When I came over here, you don't have a Canadian experience.
Yeah.
So those challenges everybody face over here, I believe, and उसी से सीखते हैं हम लोग और सीख के हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. And now I own my own business as well, so I'm a self-employed as well, and now you mashallah self-employed and working for yourself.
Yeah.
तो आपने जब गिव अप किया तो थोड़ा सा डर लगा आपको कि कहते हैं नहीं यार मैं like giving up, because what I have seen सोहेल भाई, like लोग स्टार्ट तो करते हैं इंश्योरेंस के काम को, लेकिन वो पार्ट टाइम लेके चलते हैं, लेकिन वो उसके अंदर ग्रोथ नहीं पा पाते जो उनको मिलनी चाहिए. ठीक है ना, तो वो उनको पार्ट टाइम रखते हैं. इसी तरह रियल एस्टेट में हमारे उसमें होता है, वो पार्ट टाइम ही रखते हैं और पार्ट टाइम ही करते रहते हैं ना. तो वो आपने किस पॉइंट पे आके सोचा कि यार नहीं यार, अब आई हैव टू डू इट फुल टाइम एंड आई हैव टू बी सक्सेसफुल इन दिस बिजनेस?
Yes. So the thing is, number one attitude that is required to become your own boss is never quit.
That's good. Yeah.
Right? Once you have that attitude, you will see that slowly, and then keep on the effort. Keep on doing it part-time. But keep in mind that part-time is temporary. I have to go full-time.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
And then never quit attitude. So when you have those two things, and then you start doing it, and then you start getting good revenues and extra stream of income.
Sorry.
And then you reach a point at that which you say, look, now I got to take a break and go full-time. So you sack your boss, and then you make yourself financially free, and then you do your own thing, because you have to always reach a point where you can determine for yourself that look, I'm making $3,000 on myself. I think if I make a more push, I'll start making $5,000-$6,000, $7,000, $10,000, and then you start moving up, right? So you have to draw the line yourself.
That's true.
Right, and then but again, you see, when people become their own bosses, then they become relaxed also. So you don't have to relax. I take it like a job.
True.
By 9 o'clock, I'm in my office.
Nice.
I have to leave the house every day.
That's
if
true.
I don't leave the house, then I'm not doing justice to myself.
That's true, because this is what happened with the people. They like started working in insurance, mortgage, even real estate. Like people think like, okay, now I got the license. Now I will start getting a clients and I will start making money. But it doesn't happen right away. You have to work hard. You have to give some time, and you have to work like a job. Like 9 to 5. You have to dedicate yourself and do the business with the honesty, and just keep doing it. You will be successful one day.
Exactly.
And I'm really glad that you are part of our like journey as well, like because we are also real estate, your insurance, and we've been together like in contact for a long time, mashallah, and I'm happy that you're sitting with me right now, and I can gain some knowledge from you, and we can learn something from you as well. So इंश्योरेंस की जब बात हो रही है, तो वे इंश्योरेंस के बारे में बताइए, इसके इंश्योरेंस में क्या क्या चीज़ें आप ऑफर करते हैं और किन किन चीज़ों के ऊपर आपकी एक्सपर्टीज़ है, और कुछ लोगों को इंसाइट भी दीजिए, लोगों को लेनी चाहिए, कौन सी इंश्योरेंस उनके लिए वर्क करेगी, कौन सी नहीं करेगी. हमारे व्यूअर्स को बताइए कि वो किस तरह से इंश्योरेंस कौन सी वाली उनके लिए फ्रूटफुल है, कौन सी लेनी चाहिए और किससे फ़ायदा हो सकता है. एक क्योंकि हमारे दिमागों में यही मौजूद है कि कहते हैं जब इंसान मर जाता है और तो फिर हम इंश्योरेंस हमारे काम आती है, जबकि ऐसा नहीं है. आई थिंक अगर आप जिंदा भी हैं और कहते हैं इंश्योरेंस कुछ ऐसी हैं पॉलिसीज वो बाय करते हैं, इट विल बी बेनिफिशियल फॉर यू. सो बट डिस्क्राइब करें.
Okay, so basically what I would like to add here or to continue this discussion over here is insurances basically protect you in case of emergencies.
Makes sense.
And when you have an emergency, it could be anything. It could be an auto accident. It could be your health failing. It could be death.
ठीक है.
Because what happens is you have to protect your liabilities.
Correct.
Right? आपकी गाड़ी भी आपकी liability है.
सही है.
ठीक है. आपकी घर भी आपकी liability. You have this liability for 20-25 years, right?
Yes.
Depending on the length of your mortgage.
True.
Right? So what we tell people that look, even if you don't have these liabilities, you have dependents.
True.
So there is nothing like GoFundMe in Canada.
ठीक है.
Right? ये तो हर एक को वाज़े तौर पे clear होनी चाहिए. Right? And number two thing is, look, none of us can escape old age. None of us can escape death. ये तो हमारा ईमान भी है. Right? Any religion or anything, ये तो बरहक्स है. It has to happen to everybody. When does it happen? We don't know.
True.
Right? We don't go into that. We don't know when that will happen. But when you come to insurance, you basically have to protect yourself from a bad situation, your family, right?
ठीक है.
So your family is utmost important. Like when we come to real estate, in real estate you have your own insurance of your property insurance.
True.
Fire and theft. Why do you buy that? Don't buy it. It's the law.
Emergency is
It's a law. That is also an emergency.
Yeah.
But your personal protection, aren't you more important than your car insurance? Aren't you more important than paying your Rogers bill or your Bell bill?
That's true. That's
right. You are more important. You should also pay that bill for your personal insurance, because if something happens to you, your family has a safety net to rely on, and they don't need to go begging.
सही.
Right? And asking for a GoFundMe or something like that. At least for the immediate or near future. Then at least that money gives them the ample time to plan their lives ahead and go ahead. So what I tell people is, look, there are different kinds of insurances. There are permanent insurances, there are term insurances, there are health insurances like critical illness. In case somebody goes ill, so he needs treatment for 6 months or 6 months, and he goes for a chemotherapy or any slip and fall accident.
Anything can happen. You know?
Anything can happen. So the thing is, where will you get your expenses now?
सही बात है.
Paid. So if you have those insurances, then you can balance your life out, and you can, in peace of mind, you can have your treatment done. And then once आप एक दफा सेहतियाब होके वापस आ गए, then you are again earning. So for that interim period, and God forbid something happens to the person, so what happens then? So basically it's a financial burden on the extended family as well.
सही.
Right? And even for somebody to bring out $1,000 or $500 on a monthly basis,
सही बात है. It's difficult.
it becomes a big problem, right? And not only in every religion I have seen. Like the other day, I was even talking to a priest in a church. In the church, I was talking to one of the pastors there, and he said that, look, when somebody dies here, they even expect us to give them money for burial, and they want to even transport the body back home. But they don't have insurances. So I tell them to get funeral insurance. Like we have funeral insurance as well, where they take care of everything. So we have all these different kinds of insurances. But what I suggest to people is that they should have some form of the other. If they cannot afford it, buy the cheap ones. There are cheaper options available. But have something, especially when you are young. Once you get older, then that time you have more cash because you are in the better part of your career. But when you are a young family and you have young children, that is the more time that you need these insurances, because we don't know, even young people have problems these days.
That's true.
So there is no age for having a problem, right?
बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं आप. और आपने ये जो बात की है कि हम बिल दे देते हैं, दूसरे बिल हैं, और दूसरी इंश्योरेंस जो हम दे रहे हैं, जैसे गाड़ी की इंश्योरेंस हो गई है, ठीक है, आपने घर की इंश्योरेंस का जिक्र किया, दे आर फोर्स्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट, ठीक है ना, दैट्स व्हाई वी आर पेइंग दैट. बट अगर ये नहीं होता तो हम ये इंश्योरेंस भी नहीं ले रहे होते, ठीक है ना. तो आई थिंक जब हमारे पास कोई डंडा लेके खड़ा होता है तो फिर हम इंश्योरेंस बाय कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वी आर नॉट थिंकिंग अबाउट दैट वी शुड प्रोटेक्ट आवरसेल्फ एज वेल.
गाड़ी तो दोबारा आ जाएगी,
सही है,
आप जिंदा हैं, गाड़ी दोबारा आ जाएगी, लेकिन आप निकल गए तो आपकी इनकम कौन रिप्लेस करेगा?
सही कह रहे हैं, बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं,
ठीक है ना. तो जस्ट दैट इज द होल point of it. I'm not saying it's going to last forever for the family, right? But at least for the next 2-3 years
you can survive.
They can survive, and they can figure out
सही बात है
how they're going to move forward, or how they can channelize themselves and rely on that income for a certain period,
सही.
So that's basically the whole this thing. But the other issue that people should understand, the concept is, look, you as a real estate person, you tell somebody, hey, come, I'm giving you, we get your mortgage approved, this house will cost you like $4,000 per month. People don't even think for 2 days. The next day they come and sign the thing and go away.
सही.
And if I tell them to buy an insurance to cover that liability where he's putting $4,000 every month, oh, I don't understand, and why should I be paying this? Because they feel this is a liability
and burden on that,
and a burden, and that they feel that it is an asset, but actually that asset does not belong to them. It belongs to the mortgage company.
That's true.
Till you pay it off.
सही बात है, सही बात.
ठीक है. Now to get that, maybe it will take you 20-25 years to get it on your name fully, right? To be the owner. You are not the owner right now, especially in the first few years.
That's
right. And then when you have the insurance, you can cover your liability. Now people think that, oh, this is a liability sale and this is an asset sale. So I don't think I should spend the $200 to cover that liability.
सही बात है, सही कह रहा है.
But at the end of the day, if something happens, all the money you put into that investment will go down the drain. It will go for a foreclosure. You may get, your family may get some money back. In the US they don't get anything. Here I think you get something, right? But your family will not eventually not stay in that house because they can't afford it. Now the other thing that people should know is with the insurance is when it especially related to the real estate, is when you have an insurance, right, that covers your mortgage amount, right? So we suggest that you should buy something extra on top of that, because there are things apart from the house, there are things like children education and your other debts that you have to cover, because if you don't cover those things, including your mortgage too is a debt, right? So if you don't cover those things, then your family will have to pay for that from your estate, right? You know, जब यहाँ पे कोई किसी की death होती है, तो everything freezes. His family cannot access that money, and it goes through what they call probate. When your estate goes through probate, everything is frozen. First, your creditors are paid off. Then the money is taxed. The money is taxed with your last year's tax slab. Right? After that, it is given to your beneficiaries, and your beneficiaries again pay tax. Because it came from a business source. Right? But life insurance, number one, it is creditor protected. Nobody can claim that from your beneficiaries. Okay. The second thing is it bypasses taxes. It goes tax free to your beneficiaries. So the biggest advantage, it is also a good way to transfer money to the next generation. Because when you transfer it to the next generation this way tax free, so you don't pay any taxes. In fact, your car gets written off and they give you a paycheck, you don't pay taxes on it. So every insurance payout, whether it's life insurance or car insurance or anything, it is always tax free.
अच्छा चले ठीक है. अब लेकिन वही आपने जैसे बात की थी पहले भी कि कहते हैं बिल्स वगैरह पे करने, अब ये इंश्योरेंस मंथली हमने पे करना पड़ता है. तो इज देयर एनी वे वी कैन बजट देम or like plan ahead, and we can start with the lower amount, smaller amount, and we can go increase the amount gradually when you have more sufficient funds available? How can you?
Definitely we can do that. You can always start with a term insurance, which is cheap, right? Especially if you're under the age of 40, you can easily get term insurances for $500,000 under $100.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Even $100. But mind you, that is not an investment one. So you don't get any money back. But within 5 years, at least get yourself protected in the beginning. Once you get your mortgage, get yourself protected, and then in the next 2-3 years, once you have more cash flow and you have now settled down in the you're now used to paying your mortgage on a monthly basis. Now you can start, your mind will come to an ease that look, I think I can now pay more for my insurance. Then you can convert your insurance to a permanent one where you have a good cash value in there, So those are basically strategies that you can do.
अच्छा सुहेल भाई, मुझे ये बताइए, जैसे कि आपने बोला कि कहते हैं हम अगर पहले लोअर से स्टार्ट करें और वी कैन इंक्रीज आवर प्लान एंड वी कैन गो टू द हायर वन व्हाटएवर वी कैन अफोर्ड अकॉर्डिंगली. फिर अब जैसे कि आपने देखा मार्केट सिचुएशन अभी, ठीक है, कोविड आया, कोविड में लोगों की कहते हैं इंटरेस्ट रेट कम हो गए, एक्सेसिबिलिटी बढ़ गई लोगों की, लोगों ने बहुत सारे हाउसेस ले लिए, इन्वेस्टमेंट्स कर ली, बहुत कुछ कर लिया. फिर कोविड ख़त्म हुआ, फिर उसके बाद इंटरेस्ट रेट ऊपर जाना शुरू हो गए, ठीक है, इंटरेस्ट रेट ऊपर जाना शुरू हो गए. तो अब जो चैलेंज आ गया लोगों के पास, जो पहले लोगों के पास कैश फ्लो था, नाउ दे आर ऑन पीक एंड देयर कैश फ्लो इज एग्जॉस्टेड, ठीक है. तो अब उस सिनेरियो में जैसे कि इंश्योरेंस की अगर बात करें, अब मैंने अगर इंश्योरेंस ली भी है, अब मैं महीने के लेट से कि $300-400 जस्ट पेइंग फॉर द इंश्योरेंस, अब मुझे लग रहा है कि यार मैं इंश्योरेंस बंद कर दूं या कुछ और कर दूं, तो उसके अंदर कोई प्लान ऐसे होता है कि अगर आप हायर साइड पे चले जाते हो, तो अगर आपने दोबारा से रीबजट करना है उसको, तो लोअर पे भी जा सकते हैं या नहीं जा सकते?
Okay, now जैसे टर्म इंश्योरेंसेस हैं, these are for a period 10 year, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, right?
ठीक है.
So term insurance में if you stop paying the premiums, but premiums उनकी कम होती because there's no investment, there's no return, right?
ठीक है.
So once you stop the premiums, they'll give you just 1 month notice. You don't pay for 2 months,
Okay.
and then the policy lapses.
Oh,
right?
okay,
So that's the end of it. But if you have a permanent policy, you can go on what we call a premium break.
Okay.
Right? I have a client who has a 6 months premium break.
Okay.
He has almost $20,000 sitting in his account.
Okay.
Right? He had blood cancer,
Okay.
leukemia, and he has good cash flow, but since he did not work for the last 6 months, he was having his chemotherapy and everything done. So, but he had the insurance for the last few years, so he had accumulated almost $20,000. So now his $500 premium is being deducted from that $20,000. So like he will spend like $3,000,
Okay.
but his insurance is still going, and after 6 months he will continue. So you can get a premium break.
Okay.
You can come to the bare minimum also.
Okay. There are the options available.
Yeah. You can reduce. You can take premium breaks. You can reduce to the reference premium and all that. But for that you need to sit down and get educated on the product. So I basically I love educating my clients.
Same.
And before they buy any product, I said no. First sit down. Get the education. Let me explain to you all the products.
सही.
Sit down, look at it, and then move from there. Right? So that's basically because and then you need an interactive session. It's not that, oh, how much will it cost? Oh, Danish bhai, मैं टमाटर तो बेच नहीं रहा कि मैं कहूँगा एक खरीदोगे तो इतना होगा, एक दर्जन खरीदोगे तो it's actually selling a solution to you.
सही.
So the solution, I need your input too.
सही.
I have to show you different things, and I need your input, and then it does not close in one meeting, right?
Yeah,
it takes 2-3 meetings, right?
Makes sense.
So that's how basically it makes sense. And once you get educated, then you will start telling me, look, I want leather seats, I want a sunroof, I want blind spot monitoring, I want rear sensors, So you keep on adding there's no free lunch, right? So ये आपके ऊपर depend करता है कि आपने कितना उसको करना है. Keep on adding accessories like in your car, right? But one thing I should tell you guys that look, हम लोग बड़ी गाड़ियाँ खरीदते हैं, बड़े घर खरीदते हैं. Please, when you are budgeting for your mortgage, budget extra $200-$500 for an insurance to cover that. Right? We forget to do that. We forget to do that, and we just jump into it. Right? So budgeting is very, very necessary in the whole exercise. Right? So you have to cut your coat according to your size. So we have the term insurances. Some people like, there's no right solution and there's no wrong solution. It's all depends on your mindset. Some people will tell you, look, I don't want investment, I just want insurance. Some will say, I want the one with investment. So it totally depends on the individual, right?
अच्छा सुहेल भाई, apart from life insurance, ठीक है ना, what other services or insurance available to the general public, like what they can go for it, and if you can just tell a few of them, please.
Yeah, the few things we can do in insurances is like we have health and dental plans.
Health and dental plan.
Yeah,
okay.
For people who are self-employed and who don't have from their workplaces, small businesses who would like to have those kind of plans.
Is it something like a Trillium or?
No. Like you just like a health and dental plan, like people get from their offices, right?
Okay.
Oh, I have a dental issue, but I have a group plan with the office from Life and
sure.
or
Sun
any
Life
of the
and other service provider.
Sun Life, so you can go and then get your dental work done. But for people like who have small businesses, like you are self-employed and you want a health and dental plan which you can write off. You see, a life insurance cannot be written off.
Oh.
You know why it cannot be written off? Let me tell you this. Most people have this question, right? But a health and dental plan can be written off as a business expense.
Okay.
The reason why is that you getting the death benefit tax-free. So the government or the CRA will not allow you to win on both sides. Okay?
Sahi.
You,
Makes sense.
you get a tax break and then your family also gets a tax break. No.
Yeah.
So you don't win on both sides, right?
Sahi hai.
But your health and dental plans is not a death benefit, it's more like a servicing thing.
ठीक
You
है.
are using it as a living benefit.
Oh,
So living benefits you can always expense out in your business income.
Zabardast.
Right, so that way you can get a tax break, right? So
Sahi.
it's a business expense. So that is one, those are one of the services we do, and then we do things like travel insurance,
Okay.
super visa insurance for
Okay.
visitors coming to
Okay.
Canada, and we always ignore it. We Canadians traveling abroad should also buy insurance.
Okay.
Do you know we have very good plans? Manulife gives 7 million, other companies give 5 million. Right, and in a few $100 or so for
Traveling insurance?
for traveling.
Okay.
Yeah, for traveling, like you're traveling back home, you should have your insurance, because if you go and fall sick there,
Sahi.
and the good thing about it is you don't have to pay anything upfront.
ठीक
Right,
है.
the insurance here is very good, and you get covered. And even if you're traveling to another province, mind you have an Ontario health
Sahi.
coverage, you don't have a Saskatchewan health coverage.
Sahi.
So you go and fall there,
Okay.
or anything happens to you there, you're not covered.
Cha.
Yeah. So it's always good. People do not know this, but it's always good to
Okay.
have your insurance going to the US or going out of your province.
Before we finish our program, but I want to know something about the education related policies or anything you can advise to our viewers, and they can something get value out of it, you know.
You mean things like children's RESPs?
Yes.
We do investments as well.
Okay.
So we do things like RESPs for children, right? So we
Okay.
have different plans for those, for
Okay.
family plans and individual plans.
Okay.
It's better to have every child has his own individual plan than making it a family plan. It's all personal choice again. So we have those, and then we have I open TFSA accounts, I open RRSP accounts,
Good.
right? I open first home saving account also, the
Oh.
FSHA account that is
Okay.
now out. Yes.
Yes.
So we do all that, right? We do all that, and then what I tell people is that, look, when you are investing, please, even if you are not a heavy investor or you don't have enough money, at least start putting $100-200 into your TFSA account.
Sahi.
This is a free account. You don't pay money, you don't pay taxes on the profit.
Sahi.
So it's something that is growing for you over a period of
Over
time. So don't leave your money in the bank uninvested.
Sahi.
There are better places in the bank. I know you can always open your account in the bank.
Sahi.
The bank always want to grab your money, right?
Sahi.
But let me tell you something. Do the banks like when billions of dollars flow out from their checking account on a daily basis to the insurance companies' accounts? They don't like it,
Sahi baat.
right? They don't like it. Why? Because they're losing money,
Sahi.
right? Now for them to stop that, they have become mortgage companies, because mortgage also goes out from people's accounts, right?
Sahi.
So banks have become mortgage companies as well. Banks have become insurance companies as well,
Sahi.
right? Banks have become all the investments they do, but there are other companies. So many companies out there that are doing investment, right?
Sahi.
So they package it in such a way that makes it look cheap,
Sahi.
but it's not actually cheap. And when you have a claim, that time you will realize they will give you a 0800 number and they will say, you know, the underwriting is done by a third party for us. And at that time your family will be in a big problem, right?
Sahi.
Or you will be in a big problem
Sahi.
to get a claim. Because tell me, how does one get to decide whether he should buy insurance from a true insurance company or from a other financial institution?
Sahi.
They're all allowed to by the law. You have to decide whether you have to buy the insurance from a proper insurance company or you want to buy it from a financial institution. ये आपका decision है, but it is always, we always advise कि जो इस industry में deal कर रहे हैं, because their benefits are definitely better, and they package it in such a way that they are cutting off some riders and some privileges to make it look cheap. It will look $5, $10, $20 cheap to you, and you end up buying it, but when you have a problem, then you are under, and then once especially in the car insurance, if this thing goes bad, your record goes bad, then the following year all companies will charge you higher rates. And the same thing in the insurance industry. All record is shared by all companies, right? So you should always be wise and have a proper advice before you go for any insurance product.
अच्छा सोहेल भाई ये बताइए हमें, जैसे कि मेरा ताल्लुक रियल एस्टेट से है, तो मेरे पास आए दिन लोग क्वेश्चन करते रहते हैं और दे कॉल मी एंड आस्क मी लाइक दानिश भाई मॉर्गेज हो गया है, ठीक है, मुबारक हो आपको, मॉर्गेज सक्सेसफुल हो गया, लेकिन हमारे जो बैंक है दे गिव मी अ डॉक्यूमेंट और पेपर लाइक टू साइन, इट्स रिलेटेड टू द मॉर्गेज इंश्योरेंस. तो थोड़ा डिस्क्राइब करें कि क्या कहते हैं मॉर्गेज इंश्योरेंस को लाइफ इंश्योरेंस के साथ कंपेयर करते हैं. सो व्हाट आर द एडवांटेजेस वी हैव इफ वी बाय द मॉर्गेज इंश्योरेंस और अदर देन दैट वी बाय द लाइफ इंश्योरेंस. सो हाउ वी कैन रिलेट देम और लाइक हाउ व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन बोथ ऑफ देम.
And like you have a mortgage insurance, so what mortgage insurance does basically, it covers the outstanding amount.
Okay.
Right? The outstanding amount, suppose somebody has a $500,000 mortgage and he's paid $400,000 and something happens to him.
Okay.
So what the mortgage company does, it goes to the insurance company, takes $100,000 and gets his payment, his remaining payment, and gives the house to the family. Right? So the family gets the house, but the family does not have any cash. Right? Now how will they?
क्योंकि वो खाली जो difference amount है, they are just covering that portion.
That portion, right?
They are not giving any like additional money, whatever is signed up for.
Exactly. So they are not giving any additional money to the family, and the family just gets the house. But how does the family run the expenses of the house after that?
सही बात
है. They have utility bills, they have property tax.
सही.
Property tax never ends, right? It does not end with your mortgage. It still continues after your mortgage is paid off.
बिल्कुल
वो तो government ने for life आपसे लेना है.
ठीक है.
So all these expenses, how do you cater for them? So buying I'm not saying it's a wrong product, but it's not a comprehensive product.
ठीक है.
It does not complete the necessities, right? Because what happens is that the one thing is that the company, the mortgage company is the owner of the policy.
सही है.
Right? Is the beneficiary of the policy and you are the payer. It's just like you got a car on lease.
सही है.
So you are not the owner of the car.
ठीक है.
You pay the insurance.
सही.
If you look at the paper, it's the car company that owns the car,
सही.
but you pay all the expenses, right?
सही बात है, बिल्कुल.
So the same way. But if you buy a car on finance, you are the owner, you are the payer,
सही.
and everything is yours, right? So it's like buying a car on lease, right? So when you buy a life insurance, you are the owner, you are the payer, and your family is the beneficiary. Now the big advantage of this that people don't know in the market is you got a mortgage insurance, you are paying off the mortgage. You started with 500,000 and you are paying off, you paid off 400,000, but your mortgage insurance, did the premium decrease?
No.
But the amount is decreasing.
Yeah.
But you are still paying the same premium that you were paying when you had a mortgage of 500,000, and till the last 10,000, even 5,000, you will still be paying the same amount for the duration of the mortgage.
बट उसमें क्या होता है कि अगर कहते हैं जैसे कि जो आपका रिमेनिंग अमाउंट था आपने पे कर दिया, तो आपका जो अगर आपने बैंक से वो लिया हुआ है मॉर्गेज इंश्योरेंस लिया हुआ है, तो इसका मतलब वो तो फिर राइट ऑफ हो गया, आपको उसके अंदर कुछ भी नहीं बेनिफिट मिल रहा है.
Exactly, but you just covered yourself for your family to get the house. Now the biggest challenge and the biggest point to note here is that people don't realize that when their mortgage term expires, some people have a 3-year term or a 5-year term with their financial institution who give them the mortgage, right?
सही है.
Now, when you go for a renewal,
सही.
you are not the owner of the policy.
It's gone.
So you have to cancel that policy.
सही है.
And the new mortgage company where you got a better rate
सही है.
will give you a new policy.
सही.
But now you are over 50.
सही.
Or you were 40 before, now you are over 45. Now your rate has gone up.
सही है.
Or you got a health issue. Or you became uninsurable.
सही सही.
So if you are uninsurable, then you will say, oh, let me stay with my old mortgage company because my policy is already
with them.
On with them.
Yeah.
Because when you were insured, you were in good health. So once you have your policy running
सही है.
and your health deteriorates and you still keep the policy,
सही.
nobody will ask you that your health has deteriorated, we are not covering you because when you bought it you were healthy.
सही.
But when you now shop around, after 5 years you are renewing your mortgage, now you cannot shop around if you are concerned with the insurance.
सही.
Right? And definitely we should be concerned because we had that insurance for a purpose. Right? So now you will stay with your old company and the old company knows why you are not leaving and he will not give you a favorable rate.
सही सही.
There's a tendency for that. We don't say that they may not, but yes.
सही है.
You are now playing, they are playing with you. They can
सही.
play with you, right?
सही,
You can't play with them.
Now you're stuck.
You
have
are
no
stuck.
option.
You are stuck, right?
सही,
When you are stuck, then you are stuck.
सही सही.
But if you have a life insurance, you can shop around. Even after 20 years, you can shop around.
सही सही.
Even after 5 years, you can shop around.
You get the flexibility.
Because it is your policy, you are covered.
सही बात है.
And
you get the freedom.
And then what happens? What happens in the life insurance is, suppose you paid up 400,000, like what happened in the mortgage insurance, your family got the house. Now your family is covered for the entire amount of 500,000.
सही.
Not outstanding amount.
सही.
So what happens in that case? Your family gets 500,000. They take $100,000 लाख डॉलर लेके उन्होंने घर पे ऑफ कर दिया और उनके जेब में $4 लाख दिया, जिससे वो अपने आप
they can survive.
They can stay in that house, they can sell it
सही.
and also have the 400,000 with them.
सही बात है.
And then split or do whatever they want to do. But then they get the paid off amount as cash. Right, the amount that you have paid does not go wasted. They get that as cash.
सही.
And then they also paid off the house, so they can also live and do whatever they want to do. So that is the basic advantage. So the main two advantages is you can shop around after your mortgage term if you are looking for a new mortgage.
सही.
And then your family
is covered.
Gets cash also.
Okay.
They get the house as well as cash. So these are the basically the advantage that people should know.
ज़बरदस्त ज़बरदस्त. थैंक यू सो मच सोहेल भाई. आपके साथ बहुत अच्छी गपशप हुई. अभी हाफ एन आवर का पता भी नहीं चला, जैसे कि मैंने पहले भी कहा. और बस जाते जाते अपना कोई कांटेक्ट नंबर, कांटेक्ट डिटेल दे दीजिए ताकि अगर कोई आपसे कांटेक्ट करना चाहे और हाउ दे कैन रीच आउट टू यू. सो डेफिनेटली यू कैन हेल्प देम.
ठीक है. आई मीन जस्ट फॉर द पॉडकास्ट आई वुड suggest that it is easy. My name is Sohail Jawaid.
Okay.
So you can reach me on 647-888-7145.
ज़बरदस्त. थैंक यू सो मच व्यूअर्स. एंड आप लोगों की मोहब्बतों का और आप लोगों के प्यार का बहुत शुक्रिया. मैंने अब लास्ट 2 एपिसोड्स किए, काफ़ी लोगों ने बड़े अच्छे फीडबैक दिया और उस फीडबैक ने थोड़ा सा बूस्ट किया मुझे. और उसी की एक लड़ी थी जो आज मेरे साथ सोहेल जावेद साहब मौजूद थे और आज हमने बहुत ही वैल्यूएबल इन्फॉर्मेशन इनसे हमें मिली. और डेफिनेटली अगर आपका कोई कहता है इंश्योरेंस से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन है, कोई सवाल है, कुछ है, तो डेफिनेटली रीच आउट टू हिम एंड ही हैज़ लॉट्स ऑफ नॉलेज about the insurance. So I'm definitely positive that he will be helpful for you. So इसी के साथ ही आज का पॉडकास्ट यहीं पे ख़त्म करते हैं और आपसे इजाज़त चाहते हैं. इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट पॉडकास्ट में दोबारा आपसे मुलाकात होगी. तब तक के लिए इजाज़त दीजिए, फिर मिलेंगे. अल्लाह हाफिज़. अल्लाह ने के बाद.